The little thumb.
Yeah.
The
What's
meeting
this?
is being recorded and its contents being sent to a third party.
That's YouTube.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what it tells me.
So are you on um so when you say you logged into, is this your phone you on, Martin?
No, I've got on a different. I've got YouTube on a different screen here.
Oh, you got two
Right, but have
screens.
you got Jonathan, do you mind if I just
No, go on.
Or do you want it on the phone?
no. I just want to know, how do you want me to send the link?
Just can you email it to me, or can you? Um,
It's not like Peter at the moment because we'll just end up talking and I don't want anyone to be talking. Um
The meeting is being recorded. Its content.
yeah, so it's there. Jonathan, please don't. Can I just? I'm not. I
I'm
don't
not.
mind what you're being told. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
not being told anything.
I'm needing to make sure that it's working on YouTube.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which it looks like it is. Right, remove spotlight. Have you got it, Martin?
yep, I've got it on my phone. It's not come through on this one yet, but yeah. Yep, there you are. I can see you.
Have you got it, Martin?
Yep. Yep, I've got it on. Can you see it? There you are.
No, yeah, I mean I can see it on my screen. It's just
Yep.
you
Yep.
always need to check if someone else has got it because sometimes
Yep. I
it
can
doesn't
see
work
it.
like that.
Yep. It's there. Yep, there you are. I can see you.
Have you got it, Martin? Right. Can you make sure you mute that?
Yep.
I'd like you to keep an eye on it because if
Okay.
anyone does happen to um um click on it, then there might be messages or
You
stuff,
see it? There you are. Okay.
and I just want to share it on
Sure.
Facebook. You see,
Yep. Now I've got it down here. I can see it
so
there.
that presumably now has just got the shared screen thing on, has it?
That's all. Yep.
I can let him in, but um um ah copy. Um so Joe,
Yeah,
I've just sent you on your WhatsApp the link to YouTube Live.
right.
Do you want to just um you might need to unmute Peter. I don't think he can do it. Um
Yeah,
can
what
you
would you
share
like?
it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
We can. Just a little bit busy at the moment, but we'll be with you shortly.
I don't think he can do it.
There is.
Oh, Peter, do you want to share? Oh, let me.
I won't start my video just because my reset
Yeah, no, it's
algorithm
fine.
is
Can you share on
being
social media
dodgy.
on Polaricon that it's on YouTube Live?
Yes,
I've
is there a link?
just sent you the WhatsApp
Oh,
link.
wonderful. Yeah.
I've tried so many times to get this working, and I finally actually managed it. So Did I say Facebook Live then? I meant YouTube Live.
I've said we're going to be on YouTube Live.
Well, we are. It
Oh,
is.
all right.
We are
We,
now.
we are on. All right, we are.
So that's what you can see on your screen, is it, Martin? Yeah, you can just see. You see the holding screen.
Yeah, it's got Jonathan. It's slightly green. You know, the one I showed you before, same one.
Slightly
Greenish,
green.
a
What's
greenish Jonathan.
Oh, am I greenish? Oh, I see. Yes. No, the book. The book is It's all right. I'm going to come out.
That's what we see.
Yeah, I'm going to go to speaker view. Yeah, that's what we do indeed see.
So actually, that's something that perhaps you can type into chat, Martin, once people are in, to advise them to move to speaker view.
Right. Okay.
I won't keep it. Yeah, I won't keep it running because the chances are it's going to really mess me up if I open that too. I'll be at 5 things to think about at once. Yeah, but if you just don't mind having a look at, yes, there should be 34 people. I don't know how many are in the waiting room now.
Right. Well, I've just double posted.
Oh, my mate Rob's there. He would be.
Oh, that's good.
He's always early, which is, as you can imagine, is a bit of a contrast with. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? Is that better than that? Is it?
What's better? Sorry.
Me.
You
Do you
mean
not see the options?
the lighting? Is it?
What sharing do you want me to do? Because no one will see the chat before they enter.
Yeah, no, I don't mean now. I mean,
Oh yeah.
sorry, I was a bit confused by here's the link to B Sky to.
That was about, so if people want to reshare from their profile now to say it's starting, that's the YouTube live, the post I've just made.
Oh, right, okay.
Like you've just done, you reshared it already.
Right, I'm with you. Right. Are you doing all right, Peter?
Yeah, I've had a miserable cold the last few days as well,
Oh dear.
but I'm fine.
You know, it always happens when you rest.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. But it is just a cold, so I'm feeling all right, really. I'm just a bit of a sniffly mess, which I'm very, and you know, when you're just over it. But
Three
yeah,
in the
I'm
waiting
okay.
room. Sorry, Peter. We've got 3 in the waiting room now.
Wow, people are late, aren't they?
Yeah, well, queer time.
Yeah, indeed. Well, in which case, we'll she can send a message to them. Telling them that we're
Oh, what?
I've told them I will let them in.
We've got 7 now.
Oh, Alice, yeah. We've got a few more poets. You know, we had 1 poet on Friday, Peter. We actually have had, apart from Robert, obviously he was there because he was reading.
On Thursday.
On Thursday. Thursday and Friday, we had 1 poet. Even on Wednesday, we only had 3. It's amazing. There's quite a lot of poets tonight, but so there's 12. So I reckon why don't we let them in and then people can chat and then
Shall
we'll
I
decide
just-
whether we're going to start at 7:30 or
Okay, I'm just going to bid them all now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
but have me on have me on spotlight for everyone, yeah?
You are.
Hello everyone. We will be well, hopefully it's 7:30 if enough of you get in. But nice to see the friendly faces, all the friendly names.
Break a leg, Simon.
Thank you so much. Yeah, people can say hello. I think if Martin can unmute you all, or you may have to unmute yourself if people want to say hello to each other.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Looking forward to this.
Hello, it's nice to see you here. See you again, Simon. It's great to be here at the launch. Really glad to be here.
Don't you want to show us?
Hello, Dave and I are here.
Oh, lovely. How fabulous.
Hello, Tal.
Hello, John T.
Hello.
Hi from Alice and Ithaca.
Oh, hello, Alice and Ithaca.
Ithaca.
We have to be muted in case Ithaca barks, but we're just saying hello before we mute ourselves.
I'd forgive Ithaca anything, Alice.
She's rolled over onto her side at that. So, but if a fox appears, you wouldn't forgive her because she would definitely drown you out, I promise. So we're not going to put it to the test.
Yeah, because we had well, there's actually quite a few people coming in that weren't registered. I don't know if when it's that. Yeah, welcome everybody. We're just waiting for a few more. We've got 35 registered, so we'll wait for a few more to get in. 35 registered now. Actually, Peter, if you don't mind sharing that list, if anyone would like to, we're also on Facebook Live. So if anyone wants to post on
YouTube,
social media,
YouTube Live.
YouTube Live.
Yeah.
If Peter can just put the link in chat for people, then.
Witness states there was definitely 3 of them. 1 female, 2 male. She puts the time in about 11.
I can do it.
Sean of alibis. Nick was
Is
at the
Peter
online
there?
shop. Sean was with his bit on the side.
Someone's listening to the radio.
Claims he was with Crystal. CCTV confirms they left the Royal at 10:44. We picked them up back on the cross.
Yeah, so if anyone does want to share to their friends on social media, oh, and that's the YouTube Live link, and then people can just go straight to that, and they'll see what you can see, but they won't be able to chat and what have you. Yeah, we've got a load of new people coming in, but just check. Did everyone receive a reminder email? Hi, Eloise. People should have gotten a.
Yes, I got it today.
But unlike, I set it so that unlike Eventbrite, you know, when if it's past the start of the meeting, it disappears as though it doesn't exist. Thankfully, I stopped it doing that with. Are you there, Martin?
Something's gone wrong with my connection.
I can hear you.
I can't.
Sorry, we're waiting for the later turn up as.
So I can't.
won't wait too long.
I can't actually. What's wrong?
You can't what?
I can't. Oh, there we are. Sorry, it was it was just playing up for a second.
Right, we will make a start if we want, because it's not fair for you to have to wait. Hello, hello. Yeah, you'll need to put the. Hi everyone, welcome to the launch of Patient L1. Lovely to see so many friendly faces and friendly names. This is the fourth launch since last Wednesday. So it's yeah, quite an event really. This time on Friday we did at Lunch Positive we did a performance with Joe actually reading most of the poems. Sorry, Martin, can you mute
Positive East.
at Positive East? Well, Jonathan did most of the reading. This time we're going to do it the other way around. But there's going to be some surprise appearances by Joe during the reading. It'd probably be better for you to put your speaker view on. Martin, you need to mute everyone, or if people can mute themselves. Sorry. But, yeah, if you put speaker view on, it will be a better experience for you. So I'm going to hand over to Jonathan, Martin.
Jonathan, you're on mute.
Ah, hello. Right. Now it's just not going to be just mouths moving. Preface. I want to tell you about my friend, a man called Simon Madrell, who I first met in July 2019. We chatted in our communal garden, and he asked if he could write my life story, but in poetry. I loved the idea and said yes immediately. After many years of chatting and talking and recording and searching for funding, we now have Patient L1, which tells just a few of those stories spanning my 75 years. We told those stories at Positive East on Friday, but tonight, Simon is going to tell them.
Prologue. Recollections may vary. As this is my memoir, expect words like Jonathan, Blake, nay Goodman, 1949. Expect sex, a lot of it, with men. You'll obsess about it, but bottom dom is only half of it. Expect drama, school, synagogue, cottages, stages. As this is memoir, expect prep school, sucking cock. Expect smells like shit, magnolia, vanilla, lemon drizzle cake, sweat, charcoal, burnt of course, twisted hazel, climbing hydrangea, Nigel the other half, for half of it. As this is memoir, expect Rose Bruford's knickers, Mother Goose, traipsing lawns in tragic togas, expect Tybalt slain by Romeo from a far country, maths, woodwork, cricket, useless bats, the gardener, the caretaker. As this is memoir, recollections may vary. The guilty are innocent beyond doubt. The innocent guilty. Joe, Joff, Johnny, Jonty, to name the usual suspect. Yellow, red, pink triangles upturned, act up, facing down, AZT fingers, DDI toes. As this is memoir, I'll walk like a gorilla, sleep like a corpse, expect death, and you'll get it soon enough. I'll be patient L1. Patient L2 is dead. HIV, AIDS, it does that. As this is memoir, I'll schmise, I'll sext with strangers who turn out to be frauds. Some have drugs, others don't turn up. For all that, I'll live a lot longer than you think. Edgbaston College Preparatory School, Birmingham, 1958. Eileen Fisher. My art teacher had metal legs, yet her heart was not black crayons, but pink pastel instead. She talked to mother. He's not academic like his brother. You must encourage his creative side. I wasn't sporty either, so Saturdays were sparkled by train trips to Stratford-upon-Avon to see Shakespeare's Snug and Snout. It was there, of such stuff were my dreams made on. Shakespeare Memorial Theatre, Stratford-upon-Avon, 1959. Like John Gielgud. I always knew I was other. The older boys preferred blondes to a swarthy Jewish kid, but I still got my share of cock. At 10, I saw Charles Lawton's bottom. By the time I reached his King Lear, I announced to mother I was going to be an actor. That's wonderful, dear, but I hope not, like John Gielgud.
British stage actor and director Sir John Gielgud was arrested and charged with persistent importuning at a Chelsea public lavatory in October 1953, shortly after being knighted.
The Rose Bruford College of Speech and Drama, Sidcup, 1967. Improvised explosive device. I was never good at improvisation. Perhaps I am afraid to reveal my face, the hidden. At my drama school audition, invited to be outrageous, I slide across the floor on my back and under the cloth-covered table. All I can see are Rose Bruford's knickers, as if I need reminding what really stirs my pants. Still, no one else can see what I can, and I hope they never will. Derek Jarman's studio, Butler's Wharf, London SE1, 1979. The trapeze at Butler's Wharf. A circus filled with sailors, hung at a party in his warehouse home, but it isn't a trapeze hanging, though there is a man in a leopard skin harness alongside a tightrope walker with one hand in his pants, as Derek could have said, we are both on the edge of a desolation. Life slings and swings will throw us. San Francisco, February 1982. Grilled pig. For mother, it wasn't the bacon, but the shellfish freed into reform by her father. You eat what you are, lobster and pig. For me, pigs, another unorthodox proclivity. Sweating in a white-tiled room, hung by 4 chains, one little piggy, Daddy Pig too. I honked all the way, home.
London Middlesex Hospital, October 1982. You have something we don't know. It is a problem with no name. So we'll call it persistent lymphadenopathy. Call you patient L1, at least for now. But it won't last. Perhaps 3, 6, or 9 months. Then we'll know the cause and prove the effect. 4 months later, the virus HTLV3 was identified. After another 3 months in May 1983, the results were published in Science. HTLV3 was announced as the cause of AIDS on the 23rd of April, 1984.
Elf Row, Shadwell, London E1, 1982. An hour later. After the short goodbye, a bat follows me on the bus. It's not even night, but it is. The sky is so bat-laden, I don't know the colour, but it is. Here I am in my flat, shuffling cards, my groin swelling in an empty bed. I flush my keys wrapped in a sock, hide lollipops under my armpits, mother's vase thrown on the carpet. And I'm still feeling the bat, flapping at one window, tapping on spiral steps, the light bulb a gloomy sun, and then I look at the edge of the bath. A few weeks later, the Roman way. I never left acting. Acting left me, all me alone knew I was going to die soon. Soon I planned to end it all, the Roman way. 3 razor blades lined the bath scroll, 3 just in case. Mother's voice worried my sweat. Clean up your own mess. My own mess. I have been cleaning it up ever since. The day after. Yesterday, a deathbed came calling, but I wasn't in. I was listening to a dark song, its wicked tune a catchy guilt, which is to say the same truth tapped on the window before it fell in an oozing moment, like having a shit soul and arse. Infected with who knows how, you spell who knows what, a rich dish needing a deep wash, a small animal in endless space, pretending it doesn't feel. Russell Square Tube Station, London, 1st of April, 1983. First day out. I saw an advert in Capital Gay. Lesbians and gays holding hands for a nuclear-free future. I saw the coach up the road by Gays the Word and turned back in dread, but these ochre and crimson pantaloons swished me. Hello, I'm Nigel. What's your name? We've been together ever since. 38 years ain't bad. Onthwin Miners Welfare Hall, Neath, 27th of October, 1984. Perverts support the pits. In single file, in deathly silence, we walked into the miners' hall. Then a single clap changed the world from what we once escaped. Here we had returned home, all out dancing in Dulais, sleeping in the valleys, marching in pride, miners and their wives, shoulder to shoulder. They lost their strike, but won our war.
In July 1984, Mark Ashton and Mike Jackson founded Lesbians and Gay Men Support the Miners, LGSM, with many members joined them, including myself and Nigel. LGSM raised over £20,000 for the striking miners in Dulais and Neath and Swansea valleys, including a concert, Pits and Perverts, supported by the band Bronski Beat. At the Electric Ballroom, Camden Town, on the 10th of December 1984. In June 1985, South Wales miners and the women's-led support groups marched at Pride in London. In October 1985, the Labour Party conference passed a resolution committing the party to support lesbian and gay rights, thanks in part to the block vote of the National Union of Mine Workers. Following the end of the strike, in March 1985, Nigel and I took a 2-week break in Egypt. Nigel kept a journal during our holiday. After Nigel died, the very first book that I came across when I was clearing his flat was the red Egyptian journal notebook. I had never read it before. These are found poems created from that journal. Joe looks amazing. In his straw hat, straw yellow neckerchief, and a paint-splattered salmon pink top. Ruffled cream linen trousers were printed by his own hand with amber blotches. The round canvas boots have tractor soles. I feel schlocky in my permanent stains on grey patched trousers, 2 holes in both pockets. My green anorak is filthy. My new white lace is too short for their dirty baseball boots. My only beautiful is a pattern shirt made by Joe. It's a good job I really, really like him. Love him, I suppose, but I don't like to say. At Heathrow. Decide to sell Benson and Hedges. The gold cartons are admired and say no to Johnny Walker whiskey. Read guidebooks on the plane. Don't take cigarettes, do take whiskey. Bucharest Airport. Wiener Schnitzel with succulent creamy rice. We sit near a dead tree and eat. Handsome Romanian men who touch each other a lot with their hands. Trupel de Frontiera wearing Y straps and uniforms with lots of pizzazz. It's hard to fancy men and be ideologically pure. The Everest Hotel, Cairo. Lucky to find an exotically dingy room at 2 a.m. No sheets, wallpaper peeling. The doors fell off the wardrobe when I stepped into the shower, unfinished. Like the railway station and every other building except the mosque minaret and the domes with non-rubble tops. Maybe I have the same problem as Egyptian builders. I find it impossible to finish a shirt or trousers, don't iron seams, cut the basting thread, or sew buttons. I'm grateful to snuggle against Joe in our sleeping bags. The next day, we get a new room and pale green sheets. Male sensibilities. Men use the bushes to try on their jeans next to the Opera Square. I prefer men in jalabas to Egyptian men in denim. On the walk by the metro, two women smile at us. The beauty of swinging claws hangs from a crane. A dark-skinned mustachio man in tight trousers stares at you, staring at him drinking a bottle of orange with his left hand, third, fourth, fifth fingers point towards an effeminate delicacy. I may be reading in a manner that is not sensible. Giza scenes. The sky burns blue to white. Palm trees line up like empty bottles. Birds scurry into grass. Lizards bathe with orange cress. Water wheels are shouldered by women who also carry pans of water and lead asses with full barrels. Men sit chewing. Three soldiers loll in tight woolen trousers. In shadows, they look cool. We watch all of this from a camel and a donkey. Eyelashes flutter like lilac petals with deeper lilac centers. Luxor looking. The desert plateau disappearing as the sun explodes on its facade. My wrinkles in harmony with those on the cliffs. Boys fight using ropes and sticks, swinging at each other, lashing their faces. Blood red on brown skin. Men pull them apart. A man spits through his teeth onto clothing he is arming. Spit on, Phil, spit on. He smiles at me. A boy uses a rock to fix handlebars on his bike. Smack, smack, smack. A woman in black turns, looks at a good-looking man, but turns again. Temple of Karnak. We camp it up all along the avenue of sphinxes. Blue sky pours through 2 blocks of sandstone where creation is believed to have begun. Whack! A bird dives into the Nile. Behind the metal curtain, Joe gazes at a thick row of columns in the mud-walled precinct of Mut. Flies hover on my eyelids. I brush them away and wish my mother better as I kiss the walls. Valley of the Kings. A massive open basin with yellow-brown crags. In Arabic, the words for hot is haraha. I ride Minnehaha. Joe rides a horny black donkey. Gabby says, it's hot for mine. We climb so high, the view is breathtaking, strangling like sex. And finally, Fuad's Felucca. The sun will turn the silver water mauve black. Soon, the river will be my bed. My head fills with birds. Joe and I, side by side, swaying ever so gently. In the morning, hairs around my belly button dance round my stomach, lapping the sides. The felucca hardly moves by the bulrushes, and there sits a crocodile. History slips away. The beach is 1 foot wide, water shallow beneath. Joe jumps and squeals. I sit on the edge. The boatman pushes me, and I squeal too. This radiant bubble won't burst. Tonight,
thank you so much, Joe. Mail Road, Herne Hill, London, 1990. My poem is terminal. Illness in a bed, it catches up, plummets, sweating, brow-beaten, Zovirak's candle, burning boat, Caniston, ring of fire, Imodium, absent family, rabbi, circle of friends. All the things that can't stop my death, rattling, my breath. Salt-tongued, pink shroud, salt-fingered, sunless curtains, sheets, damp, hands outspread, my body wet, broken tree, twisted hazel, from virus injected seed, planted stones on a grave. Someday, soon. But later that year, the sun rising, there was nothing but darkness and sickness in this body laid low. Deathly shingles here in one bed, out of questions and even out of sorrow for thy own self. Thou art what you be, rising from my centre and building a patio, then a garden, as if nothing is more crucial than to heed calls from soil. These windows shake, ceilings shudder over me, walls fall in, but my boundaries are also the horizon. Thy motions inspired creation of my own nature's sphere. 2 years later, communal garden. After facing death and bearing its witness, my sanctuary becomes our whole world. The gardens rising from dust wasteland, its boundaries, co-op homes, forming an edge of edges that are imbued with paths, symbols, flora that scent the ever-evolving drift toward my stretched horizon. Mail Road, Herne Hill, London, late 1995. Blood Brothers. Nigel woke up, purple-stained white t-shirt on his back, life-changing swings and leather chaps, plays and books of haiku in the living room, but these words won't fit. Like chlamydia, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes, warts or crabs. It's been a while since we've both been to the clinic to get a checkup. Choosing to leave the news to another voice. Now brothers in a viral chase, you've joined fashionably late. Tailored trousers and woven patch. 21 years later. Looking back, thinking 33 was the last age I was going to be another famous actor who exits stage left. As it turned out, it wasn't me who was Rock Hudson, but it was me who acting left until Dominic West played a version of me. Now I am still alive and acting and not a disappointment to any of my fans. One of those jobs was the role, a role in The Grass Is Always Grinder, which is a internet series written by Pat Cash. 56 Dean Street Official, YouTube, 2018 to 19. The grass is always grinder. If only we could watch this sex certificate version of Heartstopper back in my day. Not for the sex. I have plenty and not, even for grinder. There is more than one way to skin a cock. I wish I'd had its glitter ball light, not those dance floor shadows we lost. Back then, most days were harsh. Others, we didn't bother. Seen worldwide 10 million times, me a few dozen. I skip through scenes to where I appear.
Mail Road, Herne Hill, London. Nigel Young passed away peacefully at home with his life partner, Jonathan Blake, by his side at 3:45 p.m. on the 18th of January, 2022, age 75. Nigel Young, 21st of June, 1946 to the 18th of January, 2022. Gay political activist, socialist, poet, playwright, mensch.
"21 days later, Jonathan was at the UK AIDS Memorial Quilt, Acorn House, London, filming for Grayson Perry's Art Club, and he created a patch for the 49th UK AIDS Quilt Memorial Quilt in memory of Nigel. Little green book in the middle is a book of haiku. Make Play with Autumn, it's called. Nigel was a big fan of haiku. So to build on this lovely memoriam from Jonathan, I wrote 9 haiku as an ekphrastic poem, which most of you will know is a poem that's in praise of a piece of art. So it was these 9 haiku patches for Nigel. Fashioned quilt for now, his raging sun settles down in that emerald flash, jewelled cock and balls, pert nippled ghostly angel, leather strapped shadows, golden herringbone tailored by love with brown cloth, 2-piece all those years. Make play with autumn, the haiku stuffed pocket book, leaves fallen in 3s, those impish trousers in every natural shade, and pink spangled tails, those 2 tapestries you threaded in Morley's looms, woven right with left-wing politics and pride glowing, LGSM, enamelled partners, braided together, one life saved and both lives lived, remembered for now. Grief cannot be filled, only stitched up with symbols, cloaked in happy snow. Six months later, every hazel has a story. In 1863, the curious curled and twisted hazel was discovered in a Frochester hedgerow. Its corkscrew branches bear heart-shaped leaves, mid-green and toothed, also slightly distorted. Being both male and female, the male flopping yellow catkins turn into a cobnut, with a short papery casing where the nut protrudes. The female flowers into a filbert husk, which is long and covers its nut. Both are sweet and tasty. Nigel and I planted one in the co-op garden in April 1989, and now it towers over me. Unlike Nigel. Instead, his ashes mingle with the roots, feed mycelium like Celtic magic. He talks to the magnolia tree, as do I. The row of willow, hawthorn and hazel is calling out to be hand-woven like Nigel did, weaving the text of his plays, performing them in the living room next door, nurturing my contorted spirit. One year later, survivor's guilt, an apparent obligation, like double douche. To feel it's only polite, like swallowing cum. What are the chances with bareback sex of even being born? 1 in 400 trillion. Being born a gay man? 1 in 10 quadrillion. Now that's very fortunate. To live 75 years. To survive for 42. Like snowdrops bloom in winter. The Caldecott Centre, King's College Hospital, London SE5, Spring 2024. I want to leave my body for science. Not my corneas that hover in clouds of brown, the motor cortex cranking my survival seesaws, nor my atrium's triple detour of Bibles, feathers and forget-me-nots, but my virus-cheating liver, the purpleless skin, bone marrow and adenoids, a snuffleless nose, my thymus overperforming with flying T-cell receptors. But no one will be interested, my consultant said. I don't know how you aren't dead.
This is the last poem about my 75th birthday party last July. 35 years later. I told you from the beginning, I'll live a lot longer than you think. Looking at the cracked mirror image of my 40th birthday in our co-op garden, LGSM Mike, the Eno 3, the Magnolia, Michael and Vic, Paulette sits under the twisted hazel. My 40th present, the cherub birth bath, remains balanced thanks to a crock from a broken pot, though everything else around it has changed. Brother Dick arrives. How far he has come. Missing are Nigel's open face, an open-necked Fiji Paradise Pacific shirt, exotic, like Vic's burnt Basque cheesecake, light as air, rich as sky.
Well done, Joe.
Well done, you. And thank you.
Thank you too. Maybe Martin can, if people want to make a noise, so we can actually realise there are some people there in reality. I don't know if you can unmute people,
Just yeah.
or
should
even if
be-
anyone wants to make a noise. What we thought was we would have.
Thank you.
Well done, well done.
Guys, that was brilliant.
Oh,
We'll
bless
have
you.
Lovely to hear.
we'll do a little Q&A, and I'll just start with one question. If you want to ask a question, if you know the raise, yeah, if you just mute everyone again, Martin, please.
Sure.
If you use the and then Martin will be able to unmute you ready, or if you want to throw a question into the chat, I will do the same. But yeah, Joe, I just wanted to as we said on Friday, we did it the other way around, didn't we? Whereas you read most of the poems and I read Nigel's and thing. I was just wondering how you felt about that this time. We've got you. You need to unmute. You should have a message to ask you to unmute.
You see it?
Let me find you.
It should be.
Read. Yeah, I'm
That's it.
unmuted.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Thank you.
You get by. Let me just interrupt. If you put your hand up and you want to speak, you'll get a message saying you've been asked to unmute. You need to say yes before you can start speaking. Carry on.
Yes, I have to say I really enjoyed you reading the poems because you know them and you wrote them. Yeah, it's very different from what we had done both at Positive East and at Lunch Positive in Brighton. But it is amazing, and reading those found poems is amazingly special, and it really does bring back that extraordinary holiday.
Yeah. I mean, you did remarkably well. You know from listening to the other ones, I find, because I know the story of you not seeing that book for what, 37 years.
Yeah, and it seriously was the very first, because
Yeah.
I think because it was read when I went up to start clearing his flat. That was the first book that I saw, and I opened it and I started reading, and I got down to that line where I like him. I love him, and I couldn't read anymore. That was it, and I closed it. And then I traveled. I did a 3-month world tour, and I traveled with it, writing my own kind of journal or scrawling it. But I never read it while I was away. I waited till I got back, and then I read it, and it is just, it's him.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a delight pulling those poems together, and sort of I mean, it's not even that it's somewhere in the journal, is it? You open the first page, the title is "Joe Looks Amazing" in big capital letters. Yeah, it does me in trying to read that poem. So hats off to you for doing it. And I think I commented the other night that Neil Bartlett said about the book. Oh yeah, I know people are going to say that this book is about a long-term survivor of HIV and all of that, but actually, this book's about love. It's about two men who were together for 38 years, and that's what we can do, and doing so in our own way. And fuck the rest of you. That's what we do, us queers. So, and he has of course, it's about both, but he has a point, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I mean, sort of. It's it. Well, I mean, I'm really lost for words because you know this man who I met, and literally I was about to flee, as in the poem, when these ochre and crimson trousers swished me. Um, but that completely changed my life and gave me a life, and it is just extraordinary. I mean, he was a real force of nature. And even after he'd had his stroke, you know, he could still. The sad thing was that he could no longer write, and that was, oh, that was such a shame. But there.
Yeah, I know that when we had Mike Jackson, who, for those that don't know, is the co-founder of LGSM. Yeah, he was saying how one thing about Nigel was how loyal he was, and and of course those that it's a good chance to plug it. Actually, I haven't got the link, but if you really want to know the truer story of Pride, rather than the film, do check out All Out Dancing in Doulies, and you can work out how to spell that if you buy the book because it's in it. It's a 23-minute documentary that was made back in 1985, and you can see the real Jonathan Blake, and you can see the real Mike Jackson, and you can see the real Nigel Young.
Yes.
At the Pits and Perverts.
Yeah.
Pointing out to us all that victory for the miners is victory for us all. Freedom for the miners, freedom for the Palestinians is freedom for us all. Some things never change. So I think, thank you. Peter's put it into the thing. I don't know if does anyone have any questions, want to wave their hand or stick something in chat. If people haven't, there's another. I know we've got an interview that we did with HIV Hour, didn't we, Joe?
We did. Yeah.
One of the things I talked about then was this idea of survivor's guilt, which one of the poems talks about, and for the time that I've met you, for me, what I see is someone who doesn't feel guilty but feels lucky. But is that how it's always been?
No, after my diagnosis, after I'd attempted suicide and couldn't do it, the meeting with Nigel kind of changed everything. But even at the same time, as it sort of continued, and as more and more people that one knew were dying, the kind of survivor's guilt kind of gets there, and particularly on bad days. And really, I never imagined. It was really difficult. One had to learn to live, each day, just be in the moment, be in the present, which isn't easy. But somehow I did, and somehow I had the resilience to do it. But it was through the meeting of this man who, I say, gave me a life, and it was extraordinary. And my way of dealing with it was actually not to deal with it, but to keep myself busy and occupied. And as long as I kept myself busy and occupied, it was fantastic. And Nigel and a friend of his were going off to do a trouser making class. And I said, "Oh, that sounds fun. Can I come along?" And we paid our pound. So, Ken Livingstone had this amazing policy. You paid £1, and for a year, you could do any number of classes. Anyway, so we went off and we did that. And when I was sitting on this table, thinking, God, my father would be screaming, get off the table, sit on the chairs, because he sold furniture. I said, I really need to find out how to make a pattern, because I didn't know how many pairs of trousers I wanted to make. And someone piped up, oh, they do that at the London College of Fashion in Shoreditch. So the next day I went down. And when I was there, having done this course, someone says, oh, we do this 3-year City and Guilds course. I thought I'd be dead before I finished that. But I did it. I enrolled and I did it, and I became a tailor. And then I went to work at English National Opera. And, when I went to work there was this amazing letter that was on the notice board, because I didn't want to engage with anybody. I was feeling very nervous. But this letter was from St. Mary's Hospital, Paddington, thanking everybody in the workroom for all the support they had given to a guy called Peter Barr. Peter Barr was one of the men's cutters in the men's end. And I saw that letter and I just thought, I want to work here because when I get ill, they'll understand.
Yeah, yeah.
And anyway, I did, and I got to work there. And what is just wonderful, going back to the quilt, and it was my friend Susie and my friend Roxy who helped me make that patch for Nigel. But what was wonderful was that Roxy and my other friend Zeb, who'd both worked at English National, both had come to the showing of all the quilts in Acorn House. They'd collected canvases to make patches. They both made a patch for Peter Barr.
Yeah.
Was, and these things are just so extraordinary. And that's why how can you not say you are lucky, because to have had all those experiences, So
we've got a question. I might have to shut my ears for the answer. Do you have a favorite poem from this pamphlet?
Oh, God. I have to say that I'm not sure that I necessarily have a favorite, and it'll change, but I actually love the very first poem. Because the idea that things change, and they do, so there are times that but no, come on.
Recollections may vary.
Recollections may vary, and it just kind of, and it's wonderful because it's an amazing lead in to it. And then of course I think, oh yeah, well then there's grilled pig, and you get so much into that. It's just, it is extraordinary the way that you can tell this tale. My mother, who was born in Swansea to an Orthodox rabbi who then turned Reform, so they could eat bacon. And bacon really wasn't, for her, but she loved shellfish and lobsters in particular. So,
Yeah, no, and it's a shame we couldn't, it didn't quite fit this one, but there's another poem that the three lobsters march across the kitchen, which was in the Wax Lemon magazine, which people can find in Wax Lemon somewhere. It's probably on my social media. It is on my social media somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if there isn't any other questions, I just wondered actually whether I should read that new poem we've been discussing, The Advice for a Gay Man in the 1980s.
Oh, go on.
Because yeah, I mean, I think the thing about recollections may vary, which of course was the purpose of the thing, was to try and give that full sketch of these various things in your life. Yeah, and this also does capture a number of those and capture a number of your opinions. So perhaps I'll read that. There are some references that would be explained earlier than this, but you'll get most of them, I'm sure. Advice for a gay man in the 1980s. Don't get HIV. If you do get HIV, don't tell your employer, landlord or building society, your agent, gay acquaintances, straight friends, your insurers or bank. Hope that you have at least 3 of the above. The man with night sweats is coming soon. Don't sing culture clubs, do you really want to hurt me? To a man you meet in the woods. Wipe the toilet seat after use. In a cottage, wipe the toilet seat before and afterwards. Be careful what colour handkerchief you hang from your back pocket. Be careful when choosing left or right. Be sure to hang a handkerchief from your back pocket in the woods. Do douche before going to a sauna. Learn how to douche before douching. Go on an anti-nuclear march. You never know. Remember the miners. Don't forget Orgreave. Don't vote Liberal in Bermondsey. Don't kiss Simon Hughes. Do hide your dog. Do go to see the Normal Heart. Remember the name Oscar Moore. You'll need him. If you get HIV, don't take AZT. If you take AZT, stop. If you stop taking AZT, hunker down and pray for 1996. We won't set us off going on about AZT. I think that said it.
Yeah. And the Derek Jarman books.
Oh yes, yeah. If you from Polari Press as well, yeah. A Finger in Derek Jarman's Mouth. One of the poems is called "Derek Jarman Died of AZT." Thank heavens you're a stubborn old bugger. That's all I can say.
Stubborn, me.
So, thank you everybody. I don't know if it doesn't look like anyone's got any questions. Really appreciate so many people coming along. Please do put your hands together for this wonderful man, the national treasure who is Jonathan Blake.
Oh,
Thank you.
listen, thank you all. Thank you. Wow.
Bye-bye. Thank you both.
Bye-bye.
It's beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Ian, John, thank you. Susie and David. Oh, wow. Look. Fabulous. Oh,
Thanks,
amazing.
guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks for the poems.
Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. Thank you. Gosh. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, a pleasure.
And Jamie's there.
Where's our Jamie?
You can't see him, but he's...
No, I can't see him.
He
Or
might be
hear
on
him.
the loop.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you both.
Ah, thank you, Ian.
Jamie, I've asked you to I've asked you to unmute, Jamie. Can you hear us?
You
No,
must
I
be on
can't.
the low. You there, Peter?
Oh, he's unmuted. He's not mute. He's muted still.
Yeah, I've asked you to unmute, Peter.
Oh, he's lost and back. He's coming back in.
Who
Not
is?
yet.
Hello. Yeah. My audio. I think it might be clear for you, but yeah, it struggled every now and again. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. That was great.
There we go.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Hi, Jimmy.
There's two of you.
He's lost and back. He's coming back in.
Oh, there we are.
Ah,
I'm back
hello.
again.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. My audio.
No, you muted yourself.
Yeah,
You're
Peter,
muted.
you seem to be on some other time frame.
Yeah, I'm
But-
not sure what's happening. I might head off
I've got,
because I think
I've got you on the TV as
It's
well,
really
so I've
awkward.
now managed to see myself
All right.
blown up.
On the TV. What, you got YouTube Live? Yeah.
Move it away.
Yeah, Peter, you
There you
seem to
go.
be on some other time frame. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. I might head off because I think
Sure, things are repeating in my brain.
Yeah.
Great. I need to try and find a way to. I'm sure. I think this chat automatically saves afterwards. I can stop.
Oh, right. Oh, that's good because. Okay. Thank you. Recording stopped. I mean, the beautiful messages.
Yeah, and unmute the. There you go.
There. Hello, Jamie.
Sorry, we had the TV, we had YouTube Live and on a laptop as well.
Wow. God. God, that's a bit like sort of when I went down to Lambeth North Station and there were 3 huge posters of me and doing the THT Safer Sex campaign and another 3 on the north side, and I thought there's one too many Jonathan Blakes in that station. And I left.
Maybe just. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with my camera.
This is Marie. Who for some reason is
Hi, Marie.
Hi, guys.
being
Hello,
blurred.
Marie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you've got that special setting on,
There we
Jamie.
go. Let's
Oh
turn it
yeah.
off.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Yeah, you're
That's right. Hi. Hi,
unblurred.
Simon. We did meet once. I remember. I can't remember when. I'm sure we met once.
Probably a year or two, or
Probably a few.
whenever it was. And this is Daisy.
Hello, Maisie.
No, Daisy, not Maisie. Daisy.
Oh, Daisy. Hello, Daisy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'll see you on Thursday in Deptford.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I can't come, unfortunately, now. I thought I could, but I've got another thing I need to go to. But so you're taking somebody else, Jamie, aren't you, with my ticket?
Pat's coming with me.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I might be able to catch you later, actually. So text me and let me know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Later on.
If we do stay along afterwards, let's keep an eye on the time. Joe and I have to Positive East.
Yes.
Bite to eat.
Oh,
Chatting
God.
away like nobody's tomorrow. All of a sudden, Joe turns around and goes, "How are you getting home?" I went, "I'm just getting the train." He went, "It's midnight." I went, "Oh, don't worry about that. There's trains till 1 o'clock." The last train for Victoria and from London Bridge was at 2 minutes and 5 minutes past 12.
Oh,
Virtually impossible to get. I ended up in a rent by the hour hotel in Bethnal Green.
A run by the hour hotel. Oh God!
You
I
wouldn't
wasn't
be,
quite, but I think I could have negotiated it if I tried.
probably would have been cheaper to go to a sauna.
It's true.
There are so few
Well, I had more
saunas
fun,
these
probably,
days,
hopefully.
sadly.
So anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to make. I thought it went very well, actually. I thought the whole thing was good. There was nearly 30 people in at one point, about 27, I think, 26, 27.
Oh, Martin, thank you so much.
No problem. So
Thank you
anyway,
for
You
comparing.
navigated it wonderfully.
good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I really enjoyed it, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
everyone.
Pleasure.
Bye. See you all soon, I hope.
Great. Be nice to meet Pat, Jamie.
Yeah, you'll see him on Thursday.
Brilliant. And I might see you later, guys. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to do so Thursday I'm doing
Lovely.
Jarman before the break and then Jonathan after the break. Joe
Oh,
can't be there because he's got a AIDS event up.
No, it's
not
an
LGBT history
LGSM.
month
Yeah,
in Manchester.
yeah, the People's History Museum.
Excellent.
Oh, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, no. It should be, and Mike Jackson he's brilliant when he talks. So
Great.
I'm in good company. All
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
Oh.
good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
See you soon.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll email
Bye.
you the chat, Jonathan.
Oh, brilliant. No, that's great. Listen, thank you so much, because it's really it's lovely hearing you read your poems.
Well, they're going to be different, aren't they? And of course, I know the
Yes.
point. Obviously, I know it's my rhythm. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, but thank you. And I hope I got the breaks.
Yeah, no, you did great. They were great.
And I mean, I really enjoyed, as difficult as it was, reading those found poems. Are just exquisite. They're just
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean that's what I thought. To be honest, I thought it would do you good to read them. You know, I know that sounds.
Yes. No. There is a cathartic aspect to it.
Yeah, and sort of doing it publicly was
and doing no, it was lovely. And what was really lovely was that Susie and David were there, which is fabulous. And of course, you know, in recollections may vary, you know, what the sort of the innocent or what have you. Anyway, you know, it's Joe, Joff, Johnny, Jonty, and Jonty is what Susie has always called me, and then Bagheera calls me that. So, you know, it was lovely.
Yeah, and I managed to get the usual suspect right.
But yeah, so listen, thank you. It's
great.
And
well, I will
and you know, break a leg on Thursday.
Yeah, well, it's a queer group who are sort of, the theme is stories about the past and stuff. So yeah, so it'll be